You're listening to Freed on Business. To talk to Jim and his guests, call 305-541-2350. That's 305-541-2350. Now, back to your host, Jim Freed.
All right, South Florida, we are back, and we are back with the master of keeping yourself cash flowing and liquid, the guy who helps you get what you need done, Rob Denton. Rob is the president and CEO of True North Financial. Rob, welcome back to the show.
Jim, thanks for having me. I feel a lot better this week, by the way.
Yeah, you look a lot better, too. Now, Rob, we talked a little bit last week about how you guys can help doctors and stuff like that. Why don't we start today by talking about what may have happened since our last show? Anybody come in that was in response to that?
Well, we've had almost 10 or 15 different industries that I've touched in the last few days, but one in particular, medical. I mean, last week we were here. I was talking about some doctors that, seemingly on the outside things are going great, and on the inside not so great. Well, today I had a buddy of mine who happens to be a chiropractor in the office, doing very well. He's been in practice 20 years, and he's like, Rob, the insurance companies are playing havoc with my business. I can't get paid. It takes me between 90 and 180 days sometimes to get paid. The claims are coming back, and I don't know what to do. I can't even pay my credit card bills and my payroll.
It's absolutely wild. Now, Rob, so this guy is paying his payroll out of his own pocket, maybe cashing in his 401k, drawing down his life insurance just to keep his business going. There's got to be alternatives for this guy.
There are certain lending institutions and financial resources that we work with that are willing to buy accounts receivable. They're factors. They purchase medical receivables all the time. He's like, I had no idea that even exists. He goes, I'm borderline bankrupt. I don't even have good credit. And I explained to him it has nothing to do with your credit. It's the credit worthiness of the businesses that owe you money. We're able to get him money inside of 72 hours. And I could tell you the afternoon call that I had with him was way different than the morning call.
Wow, that sounds great. Now, what happens if somebody's sitting at home or sitting in their office and the phone doesn't stop ringing, they're getting stacks and stacks of bills from their creditors, and suddenly a letter from a lawyer shows up? What should that guy do?
Well, obviously that can, cause a little bit of a skip of the beat of the heart. You don't know what to do.
I would have to wipe my brow, I think.
Yeah, there are things that cause that heart attack, and sometimes when you weren't expecting it, you thought you were, on track. You don't know what to do. So first thing is give us a call. I mean, whether it's a collection attorney or a collector posing as an attorney or an actual just collector, they're all different scenarios. And the biggest thing and the most important thing that you have to focus on when dealing with collections, no matter who it is communication. And sometimes it's not easy to communicate when you're emotional. So that's why a lot of companies will hire my firm to handle their accounts payable issues and be the buffer of emotion.
Yeah, I would have to think that it would be very draining for either the business owner or the bookkeeper or the accounts payable and receivables person or whoever it is that's in charge of this, the CFO, to continually have to deal with this, plus the other obligations of simply running the day-to-day operations of the company.
Well, True North exists so that businesses can focus on the business of business. And sometimes, collection calls and harassment can bring a business to its knees. I mentioned that last week, and we've had companies that have literally thanked us. The God bless yous it makes us feel really good. But when the calls in between calls of, hey, I need more, I'd like to do more business with your firm, and hey, we'd like to purchase something else. If the calls in between that are, you owe us money, why haven't you paid us? You said the check was in the mail. A lot of times those people, it causes people to be afraid to answer the phone sometimes.
Well, also I got to think that it also violates some of the basic rules of good mental health. I mean, how can you focus on moving ahead when people are pulling you back?
It's really a difficult thing, and the whole economy is stuck. I mean, I heard something on the way over here about the potential for a recession. I don't know, they're saying it's really close, and really what people need to look at, and business owners need to look at right now, is how do I get my company healthy? Is it put more money in? Is it do nothing? Is it get more business? I believe that all those things are part of it, but I believe one of the number one things that a company can do right now that has a lot of debt or accounts payables over 90 days is look to shed the debt in a professional, proactive way.
Now, if somebody wants to do that, we've got about a minute left. How do they get a hold of you, Rob? Website, phone numbers?
Absolutely. They can give me a call at 800-807-8524. Check us out on the web at www.truenorthfinancial, and that's a .net, truenorthfinancial.net, and absolutely give us a call. We'll give you a free consultation. We'll do a free analysis of your accounts payable. And number one thing, Jim, to be able to become bankable again, you have to get rid of some of the old debt. And if you do it the right way, good things can come.
Now, if people are looking to discharge their debt and they are looking to rehab, or as we like to say, reset themselves financially, and this I think this whole time period is all about financial reset, you can help them no matter where they're located, right?
Absolutely. We're a nationally based firm. We can help in any state. I have counsel. If they would like to speak to attorneys around the country, they can speak to them directly, and I encourage that when it becomes a legal matter. But most unsecured debts, vendors, banks, leases, anything like that. Sometimes leases are secured. But any of those things, they're all negotiable as long as you present it the right way. In our firm, we were all on the other side. We used to be in the collection space. We understand it. We can help you position your business and reset your debt.
The one thing I've always found is that when you're in a conversation with somebody in a business negotiation, when you have something in common with the guy on the other side of the table, it always helps get a resolution. So I got to believe that your background in the collection and factoring industry really does help when you're talking to the other side of the table.
Well, knowing what the other side is thinking is important, and knowing the tactics that they use, which aren't always, on the up and up, scaring people and threatening. Listen, we're in a tough world right now, and, when it comes down to handling debts, you really got to pick your poison on the right way. You could do nothing, you can file a bankruptcy, you can get a loan, you can enter a debt management program, or you can do what we do, which is turnaround business consulting services, restructuring the debt. We believe that's the number one way right now to do it in a way that keeps your credibility intact so that you can be bankable again in the future.
Rob Denton, CEO of True North Financial, thank you for bringing your stuff to the show. We'll be right back after this short break. We're going to have Ismet Yagzi of Warren Henry calling in for Larry's in. Larry's busy making deals. We got Ismet filling in and pinch hitting. Back after this.